What's up, everybody? I am just throwing on some shoes and getting ready to go to an estimate, and I was thinking about some previous experiences I've had working in the corporate tree care world. My last video was from kind of a land clearing job that I did at my latest corporate job. I'd like to just highlight on some things. I have some footage of kind of depending on what experience level you have, this may seem a bit sketchy. And I'm a firm believer in we fall to our lowest standard of training or something like that. I don't know. We don't rise to the occasion. We fall to the lowest level of our training. So that's why it's important to have good training and to kind of know what you're getting into. This is not a how-to. This is me just sharing an experience. I'm just throwing my Vans on here. Me just sharing an experience of a situation that, to be quite frank, this is probably one of the most unorganized projects I've ever worked on for multiple different reasons. And I'll get into that after I show some of the footage. In my opinion, it's very important that crew leaders and sales reps work in conjunction with one another, and they have open lines of communications and are doing their job properly, so the crews are not confused or know what's going on. I think that's part of, selling the job and setting the job up. Some things could be done better. Some things are really good, and some things could use improvement. So as I'm thinking about that, I'll kind of explain the situation. It's just a tree hung up in another tree, and they're medium sized. They're bar length trees, or just under that. And it's very important that, you clear an area, you make an escape route, and you get out of there. So you have to comprehend what you're doing and make a plan and make an educated decision on if it can even be done safely or not. Some people would consider this probably unsafe. I don't know. But the kicker is what's coming after I show you the footage. So this is kind of a cut and run situation of you got to do some craziness and then get out of there. And sometimes that's just what you got to do. And you always have the ability to say, no, I don't want to do this. I feel uncomfortable doing this, and come back to it at a later date or with better equipment. I just, in the moment, felt that I was capable of completing the task. If you're a newer cutter, like myself, don't let anybody rush you who's not the saw person, or even if it's coming from upper level management, don't let them bully you into a place of thinking you have to take actions quicker, because ultimately you're the person on the saw. It's up to you, and you need to make sure your stuff is in the correct order before you cut that. So don't feel pressure by upper management, because in most cases they don't really know what it takes to get the trees down. In my experience, a lot of it is, from my experience, some of these management type figures don't really have a lot of field experience. They're, in my opinion, office arborists. They don't really get the groundwork. So if you're ever being rushed in a situation and being told to do something faster, disregard it and go at your own pace. There's no reason you being rushed is going to make the situation better, because in my opinion, the only thing that does is increase the likelihood of an accident.
There's not a way to pop it out of there. All the weight is back on that hinge. All the weight is sitting down there. Looks like it's hung up on a limb there too. I'll undo it real quick. There's a diesel can in the. You want another can?
No, that's what they're gonna take.
Oh, okay. Hopefully we're alive when you come back.
Yeah.
The best way is to cut the middle one out. All right, ready?
And if you waited until now, the kicker is that the lines were improperly marked and we didn't even need to take those trees. So just make sure you're cutting where you're supposed to be cutting. That pretty much sums up that one. And then I'm going to include a bonus tree for you. So on the bonus tree, I cut up the one and then they were kind of in a Y like that. So then I back cut first the one in the rear and then sent them over at both at the same time. Check it out. Thank you so much for tuning in. We are almost closing in on 3,000 subscribers. That's amazing. Thank you so much for being here and taking your time out of your day to watch these videos. Thanks. Have a good one. See ya.